Well, yeah, like, I mean, I'll do the intro, then we'll talk about it.
Who dares defy me?
They are the villains. Ordinary people on the wrong side of justice.
Oh, yes, I was groomed to be an astronaut. And then the monkey took my rightful place!
Hello everybody, welcome to episode, got me. I think it's 6, 7, it's up there. Something like that. It's probably 6. I think it's 6. Welcome to episode 6 of the Villains Only podcast. We're back. It's another week. We did another week's worth of stuff. So that's exciting. I don't know. We've been kind of on the busier side lately. We had our Cold War throwback tourney, and that went, that sure happened.
Terrible.
Hey.
I mean, okay, listen, we didn't do bad. We just couldn't close them up. Like, there's sometimes we just could not close them out, brother. Holy.
I mean, we played on West Coast host, and then we played a game we should have probably won, but we got it trolled, and then we played like a challenger team, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Half of one. It is what it is,
yeah,
of course, but I don't know. Playing Cold War was fun in itself, I guess. I don't know. I liked being on the maps again, running a little bit. But, yeah, I think it
was fun. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was different. It's a change of pace. We're just kind of fugazing around a little bit.
For sure.
So, yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys have anything else to add on that, or if you did anything else exciting other than that. I can't remember. I mean, we did the zombie thing, but we did not finish that.
We did.
So
no,
it's to be determined as far as how that went. That was surprisingly fun, though, I will say.
It was.
Yeah, it was
pretty funny too. It's just like,
yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I think that map was a lot more fun than the first one we did. And I think the way we have it set up kind of gives us some actual goal, which is a lot more fun too, when we're actually in it. So
we actually got to a higher round. So.
I think
we got up there.
I think it's also that map. There's also like more space to like move. Like the other map, I don't know about you guys, but I always felt cramped on the other map, no matter where I went. Like,
yeah.
Like on the other
corner, like
like that map, I felt like there was always a way to slide out of some way of some zombies or something, which helped a lot. Like.
Mm-hmm.
The Firebase map, the first map we did, I don't remember what it was called, but like that map, I mean, if you got trapped in a corner, you were done for, especially if you need to reload or something.
Right.
Like, bro,
yeah,
it wasn't.
GG. And there was no bullfrog.
Yeah.
Major.
That's true. Or if there is, we didn't find.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the way that the portal thing works. It kind of separates it too.
And
the pack-a-punch being only in that one spot is kind of rough towards the end there, because that area is just not good at all. But at the same time, it adds a different element to it.
The best place though, like if you can get it pack-a-punch, if you can get in that like stairway to it, the stairway right there leading up to the portal, it's kind of OP. Like you can they just have to funnel through there and they can't get to you in time. Kind of OP, but yeah.
Yeah,
had fun.
Yeah, we did that. and we're gonna finish that sometime. Definitely before the podcast comes out, but it probably won't be up till. Plan is to do it in October because spooky Halloween, whatever. I don't. Like I said, I don't have as much to talk about. I mean, I'm gonna get this stuff going in a sec, but I don't know if you guys. I kind of sprung it on you today because I didn't know if I wanted to do it or not. It was kind of dependent on, I don't know, like how I wanted to do it because I was thinking about doing it through the NCE League, but I'm like, it's just gonna be the same shit for us. You know, we don't put that much time in. Like, we just want to play for fun. So I decided to make like a little content tournament. The goal is to get some people in here, even if they're not playing in this one, that might want to do that kind of stuff, that like stream this kind of content that, you know, gives you something to stream. It's just like a night. It's not like a big thing. So yeah, we're gonna do a Champion Hill one on Vanguard because I don't know, that's pretty fun game. I mean, like, it depends on who you are, of course, but I don't know. I always found it pretty fun. So
yeah. I mean, we're gonna see. Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited for it.
I was talking about, like, I wanted us to duo, but there's 3 of us, right? And then at the same time, I'm like, well, if each of us finds a different duo, that's 3 teams. Then it's probably more fair that way, because, like, I assume most people don't have a duo, or if they do, they definitely don't play this. So, I don't know. That was kind of my thought process. I don't know if you guys agree with me. I mean, it is what it is.
That makes sense. That makes sense to me.
I mean, like, me and Breach were talking, like, if we did a gunfight tourney, like, me and Breach, right? We would probably do really good because we played gunfight and we played Champion Hill for, like, I don't know, 2 weeks. And
in the off season,
right? Like,
in the off season, we played it forever.
Well, I guess it was kind of like Champion Hill between Champion Hill and gunfight tourneys and Cold War. Like, if we do a gunfight tourney Cold War tournament, like, yeah, I'd love to run it with Breach because we probably run shit. But then there's also that element of, with this, I don't know if that's as fair. Like, if we're doing an inner org, maybe, you know, I think that would be that would be something. But for this, I think it's to try to keep it a little lighter.
Not only that,
I didn't even know this was a mode, so
it makes sense. Like, so like we can, like, you know, I guess have more teams in it because I don't know who's gonna do it and whatnot. So that just makes more sense to, like, have more teams. You know. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Get more teams, maybe get to know a few more people. You know, it can't hurt.
For sure.
Like I said, just kind of try to build some people interested in doing stuff, like, because this is kind of where we're at right now. I don't know if, like, coming back, new game, all that stuff is a couple months in the future at this point. Anyway, we're still probably about the same amount of busy as well, even if that was like we wanted to come back. So like I said, this is kind of where we're at right now, and so I want to see if we can do this, and, like, if not, it is what it is. We just have to deal with the sweaty people if we ever want to compete in anything. So that's just, that would be how it is. But
how it is.
I figured I might as well give it a try. You know, it doesn't hurt anyone.
Right.
All right, let me see if
I'm excited.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you guys talk about, like, do you have any duos in mind? Like, or are you kind of just
I have a couple ideas.
Honestly, haven't thought about it. You kind of mentioned it in the chat, and I was like, okay, I'll figure it out.
Well, yeah, like I said,
I haven't thought about it,
and I felt kind of bad. This is like, I wasn't scheming to, like, not pick either of you as a duo. I just genuinely was the way I was thinking about it. I didn't.
No, he was at
randomly right after we decided it, and I'm like, "Hey, Growly,
don't lie to me, bro. I know you were scheming, bro. You were like, he was like, bro. You looked at.
We've seen Justin dry.
Yeah, he was like, bro, I am not teaming with CeeJ.
No.
Breach. I am not doing that.
Trios. That was my first idea, but I'm like, there's no way we get 3. Like, duos
Yeah,
is
yeah.
easy. Like, kind of with duos, you ask somebody and that person has a friend that they might want to do it with. But if you do like trios, that's kind of a lot more work. Like people are like, oh, I don't know if I can get two other people, so probably not. Like I don't know.
For sure.
Right.
So yeah, I was thinking I was gonna invite Floof, but then I was also like, he don't like me. So I mean, Breach,
Right.
you still have your you still have him as a friend. So if you wanna invite Floof, you can.
There's no way in heck.
You don't got to
He
play
would
with him. I
like
was
this.
just saying you can invite him if you want.
No. I would play with him, but there's no way in heck he would come. No way in heck.
Bro,
Especially if it's for this org.
bro.
Let me tell you,
I
I
got
can.
like my my money on the line for this shit. Like I'm not trying to sketch him out of anything. Like I don't have
If I go
anything
back
against the guy. Like shit.
If I go back and look at my comments, I could find something that said just like your first problem is you play, or it was probably messages. It's like your first problem is you were playing with marksman or something like that.
I'd say him not
yeah,
liking me is a bit of an understatement. Hey, it is what it
bro
is.
does not like you.
I don't know.
Bro hates you.
I guess if he doesn't want to show up and get gunned by me, that's on him. That's just his own personal.
Bro hates you, brother.
Yeah, it's good.
That might be, but that also might be a reason why he may do it.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah, he hates CeeJ too. He hates CeeJ too, but
I didn't say do anything with him. He shut me the fuck up.
Bro hates us because we decided to get in a call with him and talk it out instead of just send him a quick text.
And I didn't say anything.
You're out, bro. You know what I mean? And like I said, hindsight's 2020. Had we known Kuza was going to get married, maybe we wouldn't have made that decision. But Kuza didn't know he was getting married, so that kind of fucked us. Regardless of all that, I mean, like I said,
even then, I don't regret it.
No, I don't. I mean, that team had potential. It is what it is. Like, I was looking forward to it. And what little bits of time they did have to play, I mean, they looked great.
They did.
It's kind of unfortunate how it panned out there. But yeah, I don't know. The problem is also Champion Hill's 8 teams. I think
for sure
something like that
easily because like it's duos. I mean, at current, if everyone I invite says yes, then we'll probably have more than 8 teams. Well, that depends if they bring a duo or if they're gonna solo and I have to pair them up. But yeah, if we have more than 8 teams, I don't know how I'm gonna run it because right now I was gonna run it 4 rounds of Champion Hill.
Yeah.
The 4 winner because you don't have to have 8 teams. You can have like 4.
Right.
I don't know. I was gonna do 4 rounds and then the final 4 will play. Like the 4 winners.
We'll just do. Yeah, I would just I mean, that's a lot of teams though. So I doubt you would have to expect
true.
I mean,
set it up then.
Worst case scenario, you just do you do I don't know, split it up as evenly as possible, and then just
I guess you them just 6 and 6.
Them just play, and them just playing a final tourney or a final.
Yeah.
Match just 2v2.
Well, yeah, that was kind of also what I was thinking is I don't know. We could just do 2 Champion Hills. The 2 winner, if there's 2 different winners, they play in a showdown. If the same team wins twice, they win. I think we could do it that way. That might be a little more straightforward. I think that would be probably better, honestly. I think I'm leaning towards that. Like I said, I didn't think of structure that much because it's kind of in the air as far as teams go right now. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But either way, can you guys play Friday, Saturday next week? I mean, this doesn't.
Yeah, I should be able to.
Yeah. Because that's probably what we're leaning to for that. But yeah, if since this podcast comes out next Friday, the plan is you can check it out on Saturday. We'll all be streaming it on our own channels. And yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys enjoy that. I don't know. Champion Hill's different. I've never we've played it against
fun
kids, but as far as how this is going to go, we're going to ban score streaks straight up because me and Breach talk about that. That's the only downside of Champion Hill. No Juggernaut streaks because we're not... I don't think any of us would get one, honestly, but you never know. So I'll go ahead and put that in the rules. But
I mean, it's just OP, really. Especially if both of you have enough money to get one. Like me and Mark had this one situation where they both had one, and me and Mark were like huddling in corners, and my all the way upgraded MP40 was not hitting. No.
Oh.
Man, all he has to do is squirt a little fire at me, and I'm dead.
yeah. Word choice is interesting there, but you are 100% correct in that.
I mean, it's true though.
Hey, Zoe. What's up, Zoe? Somebody met 22 got to lock Zoe down for this tourney. No, just kidding.
Oh, that's an idea.
I don't know. I was just about to message if he was alive, so that's actually kind of funny. He just messaged. Yeah. I don't know. It's a little late to get Zoe on the podcast. We're kind of into it now, but maybe I'll try. So yeah, I mean, do you guys have anything else that I'm missing from this week? Our first Minecraft video came out. It's mid. I'll be straightforward with you. Minecraft's hard to edit. I'll figure it out. It's the first one. You know what I mean? We're getting there. I'm probably
coming stages.
Yeah. If you want to watch that, that's on the channel. Like I said, we don't have that much current events going on. London Royal Carolina Ravens now? That's something.
Carolina Royal Ravens, not London.
No, I know. I was just joking with all that. Yeah, they just merged the names. They didn't really think much into rebranding, but it is different. I don't know if that's much to talk about. They didn't announce a roster, so there's really just
no.
I mean, they're gonna EU teams. What's up with that?
They're just gonna no. I mean, technically, Toronto's counted as an EU team, so
I mean,
I don't know why they count them as a EU team, but yeah, I see what you're saying. But I don't know. I mean, I get it. I mean, it's just like it's hard, so much harder to include, like, especially halfway across the world, London, even though they really don't even play in London. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I just, like, I get, like, why you would do it. I'm assuming it's cheaper, and I'm assuming they want to do, like, events in, like, Charlotte and Raleigh and stuff, which I'm cool with because I live close here, but,
yeah, but...
And people complain about it. People are complaining about it, but, like, do you know how much money the players lose when they play in, like, New York and win in New York and win in, you know, LA and stuff like that? And even if they did one in, like, Florida, you know how much money they lose, like, just from playing there?
Right.
Like, it's just like...
I mean, I agree with that. It's just, I guess it's the give and take of a spectator focused kind of thing here. I mean, they need the fans they want the fans to show up, but it also is like LA, a lot of fans show up, but that doesn't really help the players that much when they win.
No.
But it is also like, I don't know. It's a give and take. I think they like playing in front of the fans. I think that's a large part of being a pro. Like, that's an element of it that you don't really have unless you're at that level, especially nowadays.
Right.
The no world league where you can have, you know, some amateur teams in a big tourney. So I don't know.
Right.
I think that if, you know, they keep doing these majors without any fans, I think that's a little whack. So if they find a good balance, I don't really care. I mean, honestly, I love seeing the fans in it. It's honestly kind of nice to it.
It's kind of off topic, but I need them to add some intensity to these league matches, like these. Like these, like I tell you, I watch maybe like 2 league matches like per cycle through the major. Like, that's how much I watch, because I just, don't get me wrong, it's going on, but, like, they're playing for 10 points.
Yeah.
And sometimes $10,000. Like, that's still not enough to make me want to be like, oh, yeah, let's go. let me go watch London versus
I think
Legion.
I'll
Like,
watch it to stay current, more or less. I don't know. Maybe they should put
Mhm.
the players over
Right.
dunk tanks, and if they lose a map, they drop into the water. I'd watch for that.
I
I'd
could,
watch
they,
for that shit.
they could. I can catch everything on the highlight reel when they
Yeah, that's true.
freaking post, like they'll post the best play of that match or whatever. That's pretty much the match.
Yeah,
Like I don't have to
I don't know.
like I'll watch the good ones.
Mhm.
Last year Ultra versus Optic was a good one. I liked watching them guys.
Yeah,
Atlanta usually puts on a good show. They're just a good team in general. So it's like I like watching the good ones, but like you're never gonna catch me sitting down watching
All the matches.
LAG versus
London.
I don't know, Seattle, London,
hmm
Minnesota, whatever. I'm not gonna watch this.
I think
In my opinion.
they just kind of plan on like the kind of fan that I am, where like same with football. Like I genuinely just want to watch something, so I will watch pretty much every league match or every like football match because like I don't know, I enjoy watching it regardless of who's playing. If it's a blowout, I really can't maintain focus on it, so I will shut those ones off.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm like, I might as well put something
Well,
on, even if
see-
I'm not fully
see-
focused on it. I just kind of like to have like, oh, I can
Well,
watch it if I
you-
want to, type thing.
We'll see. Like, yeah, you have no, this isn't a diss at you when I say
Well,
this.
yeah,
This might sound like it, but you have time to do it. Like, you're sitting at home,
Right.
like-
I mean,
like,
my current
Yeah.
situation allows for me to kind of just put something on because I
Well,
just do
in-
homework in my room. Like I don't really
in cold,
have other
in
stuff.
cold.
You want to know how I view these matches these days?
Sure.
Sometimes I use them to sleep.
Yeah.
In cold,
Honestly.
in Cold War, I would be at work tuning into matches, even sometimes in Vanguard. Like
Yeah,
I was like,
Yeah.
I was
Some of those are
but,
nice.
like,
But that's also because
But,
we're
like-
boring too.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah, like
even
it's
when I'm not
interesting,
supposed
like-
to, I'd be risking it. MW's league matches, like I liked watching it. It's just like
the
Hey,
way the
man.
game's set up is hard to watch as a whole. So
It is.
yeah, I mean,
I tell you, unless it was a major, bro, I did not sit through a game of S&D, bro.
I'd say this year was probably the
I
least
know.
I've watched, probably because like
I'm
you
not-
said, S&D was on watch,
Yeah.
Control was on watch. Like I'd watch a HP and I'd be like, all right, I'll wait till the next HP if it comes around, kind of. I mean, Search was
Yeah.
interesting if it was around 11. I mean,
I didn't mind watching Control, but Search, like, bro, like it was just like the way I would watch them die was cringe. Like, and
Because it wouldn't have happened in the other cards.
mhm.
no, like it just even like it's not. It was just like the no movement. Like no one, like you look at the game, like unless one has Deddy, no one's moving. They're just sitting there.
Mhm.
Like they're just sitting there.
It's a peekaboo contest.
Peekaboo.
Exactly. And it was just so
It was
I
not
couldn't-
engaging. I do agree. Like, why can't they get rid of league matches and just bring back pool play? Just do a 2-week tournament. Like, it's not that crazy of a concept. Just do it at LAN, and you don't even have to open it up to fans till the second, like when the tournament actually starts. Just have the players show up. Like that would.
and they don't even like they're trying to do something where something's like happening like every week of the month. Like you don't. I personally don't need that. I don't need that. Like
I don't either.
if
Like,
you can come up with a better system to make it where 2 weeks out of the month, whatever, or 2 weeks every 2 months. Honestly, it would engage me more,
right.
and you would have my full attention for those 2 weeks instead of having my
Yeah.
attention, at the end of the month when the major happens for those 4 days or whatever.
And I think it
Like-
just gives them a little more time too. Like you'd have a little bit of gap in between, but you'd also, you could probably fit another major in that way. Honestly,
And like less,
instead of
less
4
like
weeks, it would be 2 weeks. Like, I don't know.
I think it would be good. I think it would be good to add less fugays.
Yeah.
Like you just show up good that weekend type deal. Like I feel like because a lot of like other like esports, their tournaments last long. They're not. They're like They're like
Yeah, I mean, look at
2-3 week tournaments. Yeah, like they go on forever.
Yeah.
They don't end. They like you gotta show up consistently. I think that's the one thing in COD. Like you show it. You can be bad the whole year if you if you do decent enough to get into a playoffs or whatever they're having that year, and you show up at champs.
Right.
You won. I mean, yeah, but like, did you really win, or did you just show up? Did you just show up? Like
I think the thing with Halo is they play like too many tournaments, but there's like a good balance I think COD can find where I don't know, if you play more tournaments leading up to champs, then it kind of solidifies a few more things other than like you play 4 tournaments then champs. It's like like you said, I think the Fugays would be limited the more VOD that's out there and the more they seem to genuinely have to like go against each other where like maybe it starts hot but like falls off. Like,
and I mean like
I don't know.
the Fugays hasn't happened a lot. Like
lately it has
for champs. For champs, I mean, like the past 3 champs, we kind of had an idea who was going to win. I mean, don't get me wrong, anybody could have won, but like the momentum shift of the past 3 champions have been good. But like, there's some champs you look back on it and you're like, how? Yikes! Like
AW is a prime example.
Yeah, AW.
Yes.
World War II.
Man, they were so hard.
Bro.
Holy.
It's so hard to find all the matches from back then.
Yeah, like I was.
It's all scattered now,
and I'm like, wait, what's the tournament order here? Like, they're just like random events.
Like MLG Orlando, MLG Anaheim.
Yeah, like I just couldn't tell which was what until I like had to listen to them actually talking.
You gotta think about the money back then though. They didn't have that. Like they do now, so the recording and all that crap was like, you're not. The more money you throw at it, the better it's gonna be. So.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, like I just think they should like do something like that just to bring more excitement. Because like personally, I like the majors. I didn't mind. Again, I didn't mind how MW. I didn't like the game, but I was better to watch than it was to play for sure.
Series. Like, are you talking about its setup, or are you just talking about MW as a whole? Like
I'm just talking about MW as a whole.
Like this one or the original one? Like MW.
This one.
Oh,
this one.
Okay, no, I thought you were talking about the. Okay, yeah.
No, but either way, like they need to like I kind of like the home series I did. Like you kind of brought up a very good point, but
I mean they need to tweak it a little bit, but like I think that was a little more balanced.
Yeah, I think they would have to tweak it because they did so many. Like the home series was like that year. I don't know how many tournaments they had. It was like a football league, except it was like it was like baseball actually because it lasted from from freaking December to freaking.
But I think it
August.
I think it fell off because it went to online. COVID, but. On LAN, I don't know if that's like would be terrible. I mean, on the pacing of the actual season, I think more tournaments is a good thing right now.
Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know if you remember how it was, but like, they would like 4 teams was excluded out of every tournament.
Where I'm saying like they need to tweak it a little bit. I don't think you should do that, but I think that if you do home series rather than like 4 majors and champs, like it gives more. Like I said, I think a longer there's a medium there. Like you need to find the middle ground between too long and too short. Because last season was too short.
I mean, I don't know. here's my thing on it, because they can't do too long, because
Yeah.
like I remember watching a video. Scum said something about it. Like the money they were playing for wasn't actually worth playing for. Like especially at the time, they were how much they were making and all that. Like yeah, I don't know if you remember, but like the tournaments they were playing for was like for like
1K, 2K.
Yeah, 2K. Like it wasn't a lot. Like they were, and like
Yeah.
and you would have to do that if you wanted something like that. Like
Yeah.
Or any,
so
because they didn't get paid a salary. You know, that's
no, they did. They did. This is league NW19.
no. I'm talking about like way back in the day.
Yeah, well, that was
we
like,
were
they didn't get
talking
paid.
about-
those tournaments were actually a lot more money. I mean, because they weren't getting paid salary. Some of them weren't, but
Yeah.
some of them you're looking at like that's champs money. And it was just some random ass like tournament. So
They didn't have. Anyways, like my point was like the money they were doing in WW19.
Yeah.
Like their salary was like more than they would win in 4 or 5 tournaments.
yeah,
Like that's how that's like.
I don't know.
So like I
like
see.
we said, there's
I don't.
a balance
I don't know.
there. I mean, either
True.
way, I'm excited to see this new season just because of how the teams are kind of set up. I mean, it's probably going to be very top-sided, but I don't know. I root for Optic anyway, so I don't really care. I don't really care that Boston's garbage or whatever. LAT looks like trash. I mean, they might come out different though. We don't know what this game what it will shift. I mean, you say New York's a good team right now, but I mean, who knows? Who knows with Cold War, Time to Kill going on, movement back. I think
I don't know.
some of these teams could surprise you, and I think like both ways. You know what I mean? Depending on what the game looks like. So I'm excited for it.
I don't know.
I'm not saying it may not shift completely, but there may be a good team that falls off and a bad team that's better than you thought. Like
I don't know. The top 4 teams I'm seeing right now. I mean, the top 4 teams, we got New York and
yeah,
FaZe, Optic.
FaZe, Optic, and Ultra, and they were all pretty good. And everyone on each of those teams have just been dominant. Yeah.
yeah.
So
I don't know about New York. I think New York's kind of up in the air. I mean, individually.
I'm talking about individuals. I'm just talking about the people on each team.
I think New York has the biggest chance of falling off of the top 4, just because they're making a kind of a shift where like Sib's a good player, but he's a different player. So if they can't figure out his new role, it might get a little dicey depending on how the game plays. But I also think he's more like, I think straight up he'll probably have a better, like they might have a better chance against some of these, like I don't know, you got FaZe who improved, Optic who improved. I don't know.
I mean they replaced effectively they replaced their there's so much you don't know, but effectively they replaced their worst team member.
Yeah.
Like don't get me wrong, Priest is not bad because they won a world championship. I mean
right.
They won a world championship, but like comparatively, he was the worst player, just stat wise and what he brought to the table.
Yeah,
I not saying he's bad or anything, but again, I mean, so like maybe I don't know, maybe it continues the reign because you know how it is after they win champs, it's kind of normally they're not dominant. Yeah.
A lot of those teams get complacent, but also like the difference in the games also cause it because it's not a recycled game every year.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like with LAT this year, I think if the game was closer to Vanguard, they might have been all right, but
they might have been at least top 3.
Yeah.
At least.
I mean, even then, I mean, they have their bright spots during the year. They just like it felt like when they figured it out, they figured it out. But when they couldn't figure it out, they couldn't figure it out.
I just think they were just
struggling.
Figure it out. Like they were able to get up to par. But
they won a major.
but like they never really got ahead. Like you see how they did it
Nah,
in
yeah.
where they by the end of the year they were ahead. It seemed like they did for a little, like a quick tournament, and then they fell right back behind. Because right after that, they kind of fell off a cliff.
Well, I felt like everybody was bouncing back and forth. I felt like, I mean,
it's an inconsistent game.
Yeah, I felt like this whole year, like, I mean, LAT won major. You know, New York surprisingly won the first major. I don't know. I didn't even see that coming. I mean, and then you know they were kind of trashed. Well, they weren't trash. They were like,
didn't they get 12?
But they were top set. Might have, but I mean, either or, Opta got 12th at the first one. So I mean, you know, I mean everybody. Yeah, and yeah, they didn't do great. They didn't do great on the last one either. Everybody was like bouncing back and forth. I mean, obviously, FaZe was their normal, you know, top three type deal. But I mean, even then, like they were struggling for them, which was kind of, you know, wild for them.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
like it was just so inconsistent.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to add to that. Could do a few would you rathers if you'd like, and then we can wrap it up.
Yeah, we can have at it.
All right. Would you rather Would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors, or go into the future and meet your great-great-grandchildren? I don't know. I think the future, because the future's cool to me. But it doesn't really specify how far in the past. I'll probably go into the future. Less for the great-great-grandchildren, just more to see the future.
Probably gonna go in the future just because of the smell. Like you're talking about great ancestors. Like I'm thinking like 1500s type deal. Like I'm thinking of like people that bathe once a month type deal.
Yeah, like I don't want to get dysentery.
Yeah, so you know, catch me going in the future.
Sure.
I guess the future could be worse. We don't know. It's the risk.
Just to see the results.
Like you know what's in the past, but you don't really know what you're.
Oh, I don't even know what's in the past.
Pick up a book.
As far as my family. So.
No, I'm just saying, I guess that's true. But like, you probably want to do your research. What do you get?
I don't know. Either or. It's I
already said future.
Okay. Would you rather work more hours per day but fewer days, or work fewer hours per day but more days?
More hours but fewer days.
Yeah.
The second one.
Really? See, like the way I think, I'd rather just get something done. Like if I could do all my work in one day and then have the rest of the week off, I'm happy with that. Like I'll just chalk a day or chalk a few days.
I'm an effective worker, so I just do it effectively. If I don't get it done, I'll finish it when I finish it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not crazy worried about it because I have the consistency of the days.
I'm with the mark on this one. If I could, you know, if I could just work. Honestly, if I could just work for like my normal work week and just do it as many hours as I want, I would do like 2-3 days worth of work and then, you know, take the rest of the week off, whatever. Because then I'm gonna work like, you know, 15 hours each day just so I could, you know, take 4 days off, you know, whatever, just to have that kind of free time. So
yeah, I mean,
this is how I am though.
It's just the mentality thing of how you view it, but
yeah.
Would you rather be stuck on a broken ski lift or in a broken elevator?
What's ski lift again?
A ski lift, it
takes you up to the top of the mountain.
When you slide, like when you go down the mountain, and then you just get in it, drags you all the way up. So you'd be up in the air, and in an elevator, you're also up in the air, but you just don't see it. Like you're in a confined space. So I think for me, I go ski lift because at least you have fresh air. Elevator. I don't trust elevators as is. I don't want to be stuck in one. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'd rather.
Okay.
I'd rather do ski lift. At least I can see what's going on.
That depends. Like, imagine if there's like a snowstorm.
Yeah, but
That would be terrible.
For me, it depends who I'm with. So
I'm gonna say I'm by myself. So like,
yeah,
the elevator could be hot too. Though I don't.
Like an elevator can get pretty hot, especially like if the power goes out or some crazy shit. Like it's just stuck in like a microwave box.
And if it goes like the power went out and there's like no light,
yeah,
that would be terrible.
I'd be weak. I feel like I'd imagine if I touch my shoulder, I'd lose my shit. You know, they come and get me out that thing, and I would be screaming.
Oh, well, not that I've really even experienced the snow, so I'd probably have to choose the elevator.
I would do ski lift. I've been on one many times, and I mean, I'm not a big heights guy, but like,
I'm not either.
I don't even like elevators, riding up an elevator. So, I'm kind of sketched out by that. That's just one of my random. I'm like scared this cable's gonna snap or something.
Yeah, that's how I am.
You can say the same about the other.
I feel
that's true.
I'm clean.
That's true. But I've never seen movies on ski lift snap. I've seen in movies the elevator falling. So
yeah, I'm with it.
I guess it depends on how high up I am in the elevator too. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna take the ski lift and hope a big snowstorm or the cable doesn't snap. So,
I think I'm with you there. Yeah, I think we can wrap it up there. We didn't have a whole lot to talk about. Maybe there'll be more next week. We can no, we can't. We're gonna have to figure this out because with us recording a week before, it gets a little funky with what we talk about. I just realized that. I don't know.
I've known that.
I mean, like, I've known it, but it's also like I want to talk next one about how we did in this Champion Ale tournament, but we won't because we won't be there yet. So it is weird.
Yeah,
it's a little weird, but either way, we'll figure it out for you guys and make sure you guys can follow along what we're doing. Maybe if there's nothing going on next week, maybe we'll just make it a fun type podcast. We'll see. But yeah, that kind of does it for us. And you guys have anything nice to say to the people at home?
Kissy, smoochies. Goodbye.
That's a freaking outro.
Yeah, that's Breach's outro. Thank you guys for listening. If you're listening on an audio platform, follow us on Villains Gaming Official on YouTube or Villains Gaming on Twitter. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.